Hello, and welcome to the WHSS video series on Steps to Gaining Housing. My name is Dan Mills, and I'm the Housing Navigator. Today, we're going to discuss spending trackers and budget. Okay, let's get into it. Although everyone has heard the word budget, most people aren't really familiar with how to actually write one, let alone how to follow it. And few people are familiar with the term spending tracker. Before we get into these, let's talk about why this is important. The goal of this series is all about helping you learn how to gain housing and then keep it. I see a lot of individuals and families lose their housing because they may not have asked a very simple question. Can I afford this? If you've never asked yourself this, you should. And to answer that, you might first want to know the answer to another question. Where is my money going? If you're like most people, you don't really know the answer to that question. You might remember where the money you spent went on big ticket items like rent payments, utility bills, and car payments, but we need to know where it all goes. If we're going to answer a question, can I afford this? If you've already enrolled in WHSS, then you've already heard me say, save every penny because every penny counts, especially when it comes to housing. So how do we save for housing when we're barely getting by? First, we need to know where every penny is going. A spending tracker can help do exactly that. You must use it without exception. If you don't, you're just wasting your time. If you do an internet search of spending tracker, you'll find tons of apps, books, journals, and pocket calendar style notebooks that you can write in. Many of these are free, some are not. Be careful and check out any online tools first before you start putting in your personal information or installing any apps on your phone. If you're a person who uses your debit card for most purchases, well, then you already have a tool right in your pocket or purse that you can use for that. Your bank or credit union account has a record of every single transaction, where it was, and for how much. It won't tell you every item that you purchased, but it'll give you a dollar amount. It's up to you to remember what you bought. Now you can ask for a receipt every time you spend money, or you can write it down. Or if you do use an app, some of them will actually let you scan or upload a picture of the receipt, and the app will help categorize that into the items that you purchase. If you don't get on all the high-tech apps, that's okay. All you need is something to write on to do the same thing. In our WHSS program, we use the UW Extension RentSmart course to help build better tenancy skills, and there are a couple of examples of budgeting tools to use, including a payment calendar and even a pocket spending tracker, which is incredibly useful if you're a person who carries cash to make purchases. The link to the RentSmart module is in the description. There's also a couple of apps and online tools listed in that module that you can check out and see if they'll work for you. Here is a simple pocket spending tracker. Just fold it up, put it in your pocket, then take it out and write down what you spent money on and how much it was. Then at the end of the week, total it up. Once you've done that a week, or better yet, a month, you've got most of what you need to answer the question, where did my money go? Now that you have half of what you need to write a budget, the other half is your income. Where does your money come from? Paychecks, Social Security, disability payments, unemployment, or any other payments that you receive. And don't forget about food share, WIC, or any other benefits that you can spend like cash. That's income too, even though it may have limits on how it can be spent. Just remember that when you fill out your monthly budget, if it can only be used for food, then it only goes toward food expenses. Now, let's look at a simple budget sheet, also from the RentSmart module. Take a look at the spending tracker that you've already completed, whether it's an online tool and an app. a transaction record from your credit history, or the pocket tracker, or just a pile of receipts that you saved on. Whatever you use to track your spending will work, but only if it's for all the money you spent. Then fill out the budget by placing the expense in the right category. You'll see different categories. If you need more, just write them in. But be honest. Remember, this is for you and your financial future. Leaving things off the budget tracker, spending tracker, I'm sorry, and the budget is only going to hurt you. Once you have all the money accounted for on your expenses, write down your income in the lower right-hand box and then just do the math. If you have a negative number left, then you've got three options. Either look for ways to cut expenses, look for ways to increase income, or both. If you have more than zero at the bottom, then I suggest you look at putting some into savings or look at your debts and start to pay those. We'll have future videos on saving for housing, emergency funds, and which debts to pay off first coming soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.